Welcome, I'm the teacher. We have another week of the Spring Equinox. I just thought I'd touch base since we're about to wrap up that time. For those of you who decided to do the fast from March the 1st to March the 20th, next Friday at 10:46 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, it is the end of the winter solstice. It's the end of the winter solstice and the kickoff of the new year for the spring equinox. So I hope that you are focusing on the true union. And I think I just want to touch a little bit more on the aspect of 12 daylight hours in the northern hemisphere, 12 daylight hours in the southern hemisphere. The balance between man and woman. Now, there is a thing, an entity, forgive me for saying thing, there's an entity that it is within us that is called self. You know, you go through that during your adolescence. It's all about you getting the knowledge of yourself. In order for you to expand on that and come into adulthood, you have to understand the duality with man and woman, as we are both equally have to be in sync in order to bring true life into the world with true understanding and be able to raise and cultivate that life into the universal being in which you are bringing in. When we bring life into the world, it's going to communicate throughout the universe. It's just not earthbound. We are universal beings. So when you come into this realm, you have to have that universal understanding when you come into adulthood. All of us been having children without full understanding. And if you doubt what I just said, look at your world. Look at the reality in which you're living in. Look at the chaos and the confusion that you are living in. That we all participating in things that has nothing to do with life. Nothing. We get up in the morning, you may go to work. If you retire, you may be doing anything, other things. But most of the things that we say we have to do, like right now, it is the so-called tax season. Paying taxes has nothing to do with life. The one did not create us to pay taxes. The one did not create us to govern ourselves by all these governments all over the world so we can fight and kill one another. That's not the concept. We are in this state of living in our reality because we are not focused on the principles of life. Nor do we know our original language, which is mathematics. Mathematics is naturally taught. It's a natural thing. It's like learning how to breathe. I mean, did somebody have to teach you how to breathe? Did somebody have to teach you how to hear, taste, sight, touch? Did anybody have to teach you how to do that? That's your language. Mathematics language, what I'm showing you is it's an innate and that you come into the world with. You come into the world with that understanding. So all I'm doing is breaking down to you how your original language is, which is vibration, frequency. That's true communication. All right, so I have here the new year starts March the 20th, like I said, at 10:46 a.m. I got the number 2 up here, which equals us, life itself. I've got the pattern of 2 up here again. I explained that in the previous video, the most recent one that I just made, and there I did explain in other videos as well. But here, I'm showing you the whole number. I'm taking each number and multiplying it with itself. Remember, I mentioned the self, okay? So in other words, when we are born, it's the self. We cannot unite with our full essence, as far as man and woman uniting to bring life into the world. You do come into the world as what we call self, okay? So, but I'm going to show you how it's all integrated so we can come into the full understanding of us. Is even there in our beginning, is what I'm going to talk about. In our beginning, I'm going to show you our beginning is 2. Remember, 2 plus 2 equals 4. 2 times 2 equals 4. Like 0, the womb, 2 and 0 are beginnings. So we are the first number after the 1. It's the number 1, then it's the number 2. So therefore, we are in the image and likeness of our Creator. We represent the 1. We are the son and daughters of the 1. So 1 times 1, of course, 1. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 3 is 9. 4 times 4 is 16. I'm going to break that down. 5 times 5 is 25. So I just multiplied all the first 9 numbers, plus I got 10 times 10 up here. But I will break that down in a minute. All the 9 numbers comes up to 81. Now, excuse me, all the 10 numbers come up to 81. I got 0 times 0. This is the pattern that it comes out to. 1 times 1 equals 1. 2 times 2 equals 4. 3 times 3 equals 9. 4 times 4 equals 16. You break that down to the single digit, it's 7. 5 times 5 is 25. You break down the 2 and the 5 to the single digit, it's 7. 6 times 6 is 36. Break it down, it's 9. 7 times 7 is 49. You break it down, it's 4. 8 times 8 is 64. You break it down, it's 1. 9 times 9 is 81. You break it down, it's 9. This is the pattern, and it continues. 10 times 10 is 100. You break that down, that is 1. 11 times 11 is 121. You break that down, it's 4. 12 times 12 is 144. You break that down, it's 9. 13 times 13 is 169. You break that down, it's 7. 14 times 14 is 196. You break that down, it's 7. 15 times 15 is 225. You break that down, it's 9. If we continue all the way up to the number 19, well, rather than number 18, you're going to get this pattern. And the number 19 starts the 1 again. If you put down 20 and all that, you're going to get this pattern. This is the pattern of a complete number. Now, if you add it up, it comes up to the number 51. And you break down the number 51, you get 6. We were created in the beginning, 6 days, 6 periods, however you want to take it. The Bible says 6 days. The Quran says 6 periods. I like to use 6 periods because it works better mathematically for me. But here's the key, 6. And the number 6 represents what? Complete yet incomplete. Why we say complete yet incomplete? A baby is complete as a baby, but it has to continue, it has to be developed. So that's why we call it complete yet incomplete. But everything is there for the baby to develop properly. For one, the parents are there. For one, the atmosphere is there. The nutrition that the body needs is also within the breast and within the Mother Earth. So you are born 0 times 0. You're coming out of the 0, and the thought process is here. But when you come into existence as a whole number, everything is there for you to succeed, to fully develop into a man, to fully develop into a woman. So the spring equinox signifies that when the 12-hour, when both 12-hour days is matched and the man and woman come together, it's letting you know there is no shadow. You are one. You are synced. You are equal. So whenever there is a religion that just puts the woman like she's some kind of helpmate or she's second class to the man, they're not telling you the truth. It may work in your religion. It may work in this reality. It may work within your social and cultural dynamics, but it has nothing to do with the one. It has nothing to do with the truth. It has nothing to do with life. That's only going to work in your social and cultural dynamics, whatever that is for you. But the truth has its own culture. Period. It ain't going to bow down to our madness. The universe is going to provide for what you need. It's not going to be concerned about what you want. If you don't want the truth, then just leave the universe alone. Continue with your madness. But if you want truth and peace in your life, you have to have the understanding of mathematics. You have to use mathematics as your true language to communicate with what? To communicate with the one. So, now, the significance of this, as you see, I got these numbers here. I got 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19. Now, I'm going to point out the significance of the number 2 here. How it's always, you can always check the balance to see what the universe is actually telling you, because often it's all about us. It's all about us. The language was created for us to understand God, to understand the 1 and the 0 coming together to bring life into the world. Period. So, if you see the distance between 0 and 1 is 1. The distance between 1 and 4 is 3. The difference between 4 and 9 is 5. The distance between 9 and 16 is 7. The distance between 16 and 25 is 9. The difference between 25 and 36 is 11. The distance between 36 and 49 is 13. Etc., etc. We can go on. I got them down all the way here. Now, if you notice that it's always 2 degrees. 1, 3 is 2. 3, 5 is 2. 7 and 5 is 2. 9, 7 and 9 is 2. The distance, 11 and 13 is 2. 2, 2, 2. 2 is that. And if you take this number here, like I was saying, 15, the distance, but it always goes up to the next number. So without me knowing 100, if I know the next number is 19, I know the next number coming after 81 is going to be 100. By looking at the 19, I know the next number coming after 100 is going to be 21 when you just multiply the whole numbers. And that's how you get that. Now, here's another key that I want to point out. These are all the single digits in the beginning. You see 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. You look up here at the number 2. You see 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. This is coming out as the beginning of the whole number, right? I love this. So when I use the term the duality, there's a lot of brothers and sisters who is on Facebook and other showing you the mathematical breakdowns similar to what I do here. There's nothing wrong with that. Either you can teach about self, self, without bringing in the zero. Whenever you bring in the zero, then you are talking about life. It takes away for self. What I mean by that, an individual can have his reality, can have his understanding, he or she, but in order to bring life into the world, the universe wanted you to understand the total aspects of life. In order for you to understand the Creator and understand what He went through to bring life into the world and how important that was and how seriously He took our creation. When we bring a life into the world, we should have that same mindset. Look, we're about to bring life into the world. Let's make sure that this life will be taken care of properly. So what the universe done for what the one done for us, He wanted us to have the same love and intent for when we bring a child into the world. So whenever you using math and you don't have the zero, and you don't have also the 3, the 6, and the 9, you're not talking about life. You break it down self. And I'm not saying that's not important. Me, as far as I call myself the teacher, I'm going to talk about the completion. I'm talking about the original thought, supreme mathematics. Okay? I represent the thought process and I'm showing you the curation. Right? So, here, if you see the single digits, and then after the single digits, the next digit up here is the duality. It is the 2 ones. Now you coming into what? You coming into manifestation. The woman now is 11 signifies man and woman in the motion of bringing things into what? Manifestation. Manifestation, meaning now you are thinking and you're working to bring in life into the world. To say, hey, this is my social and cultural dynamics. This is the social and cultural dynamics of the truth. We bring in life into the world. Period. Look at it. It starts at the number 11. This is very key. Because now the duality is here. Why does the number 11 represent the duality? Because it's 2 ones. So now the man and the woman are now looking at one another. You understand? We are saying that we want to join together to bring in our son, our daughters, the new world, our heaven, our earth. All the beautiful stuff that the man and woman brings into in association with life. So, here's the duality. Now, pay attention to number 11. Number 11, 11 times 11 is 22. Plus 11 is 33. Plus 11 is 44. Plus 11 is 55. Plus 11 is 66. Plus 11 is 77. Plus 11 is 88. Plus 11 is 99. So, the duality, they go through it all. Man and his woman goes through it all. This is the full understanding. This is the full understanding. So, here, right here, the number 11. I'm going to get another one. Right here. 2. 13 is 4. 15 is 6. 17 is 8. 19 is 1. 21 is 3. 23 is 5. 25 is 7. 27 is 9. And it's going to start all over again. 2, 4, 6, 8, 1 again. Now, what do you see here? When the duality starts, the number 2, the pattern of 2 appears in the motion that you can physically see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. That's the pattern of 2. I showed you how the pattern of 2 starts. It's the original thought. The first pattern after the 1 is 2. This is the pattern of 2. 4 evens, actually 5 odds, but if I put the 0 in here, you'll see it, and I'll show you here. Now, here, we start off 0 times 0 is 0. Okay. We start at 0 to count this way. Now, we know what was manifest before the 0 are the even numbers. The so-called even numbers is really on this side of the 0. So, when the duality becomes manifest, you have to be thinking about it before you actually see it. This process started in triple darkness. One time, I'm going to speak on the 310s, and I'll show you how the triple darkness works. But here on this side, by you being aware of this pattern, of the pattern of 2, you know it starts here. So, in the original thought, they said, we're going to create life, us. We're going to give it balance. We're going to make it to be able to grow in 3 stages of development, right? You're dealing with the number 6, meaning it's going to be complete yet incomplete so it can grow into full development. And we're going to give it everlasting life. 1, 3 keys, universe, and then he's going to be like us in our image and his likeness. We're going to give him the keys. We're going to let him understand justice. We're going to let him dwell throughout the universe, and they're going to become into the complete state like us. For all of us who have had the opportunity to have children, do you want your children to be just as good and just as honest like you? What makes you think that our Creator don't want us to be like him? I'm not going to get into what your faith teaches you. All I'm showing you is mathematics. I love the one. I want to bring in all of his creation because his creation is freedom, justice, and equality. There is no Satan. If I stick with the original thoughts, and if I stick with mathematics, and if I constantly trying to align myself with this planet Earth as far as the equinox, and I have understanding what's going on in his creation, because creation has not changed. The earth is still the earth. The earth still has a pulse of 26 seconds. Every 26 seconds, the earth has a heartbeat. Thought is still traveling at the rate of 24 billion miles per second. So as we think, the one comes closer. When you go faster than time, things comes closer because you can't measure it. So you're drawing it to you. You're thinking so fast and you're thinking a thought, you pull the one closer to you. So when you start actually thinking in the original thought, the one comes closer to you. Do you understand what I'm saying? The one comes closer to you when you are thinking in original thought. I'm not going to write it on the board, but I'm going to say it, try to follow me. When you get to the number in the beginning, like when you get to the number, when you get to the second 10, and when the duality starts at the number 11, the number 11 is actually 2. The number 12 is 3. The number 13 is 4. 14 is 5. 15 is 6. It goes all the way up to 19. Once you get to 19, that's the number of the Son of Man. Then you go into to the number 20. The universe gives you a 0. You give them to the 20. The first number in the 20s is 21. That's 3. When you go to your 30s, your next number is what? 31, which is 4. But pay attention to the one coming towards you. When you go to your 20s, when you go to the number 28, the number 28 is 1. When you go to your 30s, the number 37 is 1. When you go to the 40s, the number 46 is 1. Then the number 55 is 1. Then the number 64 is 1. Then the number 73 is 1. Then the number 82 is 1. Right? So as you go through the levels, when you come to 80 and you say 81, which is 9, right? The very next number, 82, is 1. The 1 is right there closer to you. And then look at 81 being 1, right? 82 being 1. 83 being 2. 84, 3. 85, 4. It goes all the way up to it. 89 is the number what? It's the number 8. 90 is the 1. When you get to 91, that's 10. 9. So that's why the significance of 90 degrees, right? So, 90 degrees. Let me say this quick. I kind of ran past my time. I'm up to 28 minutes. I didn't want to go this long. All right. 90 degrees. Now, you know, 9, hope you can see this. 9 times 4 is 360. 90 times 4 is 360. You got the spring equinox, represents the New Year's. That's 190 degree. You got the summer solstice, that's so-called summertime. That represents 90 degrees. Together, that's 180. You got the fall equinox. That represents 90 degrees. Then you got the winter solstice, represents 90 degrees. So each of these so-called seasons has to do with you. Understanding creation is going to bring you to the 360. So if you go through these cycles through the fasting time, like the Muslims has Ramadan, you know, where they fast during certain times of the year. It's nothing wrong with that. I am not saying that you shouldn't do that. All I'm saying is that we have 4 seasons. You understand? And why is it that significant when it comes to the number 4? It gives you balance. And what is your whole number times itself? Remember, the self. See, it's the spiritual brain, and then you come into it's the self, then you come to understanding of the universal being. 2 times 2 is 4. So when you go through the seasons and you align yourself, you are aligning yourself back to the original thought. It's very, very significant for you to understand why you're doing the things that you do. And there's more. I'm up to 30 minutes. I try to do no more than 30 minutes. I'm trying to get them down to 15. I apologize, but I'm learning. This is, I think this information here, there's more I can break down. There's more if you study it, there's more that you'll be able to see. And there's lessons that if you've been doing your lessons, you probably already figured some of this out. So the seasons are for you to sync yourself with the one. And when you come into that understanding, you're actually doing that. And if you and your woman can do it together, you are syncing yourself into one. Because the duality, the woman has to be equal. You have to flow with your woman, period. Otherwise, you're not going to properly bring life into the world. The number 19 represents the Son of Man. After the first number after 360, of course, is 361. 19 times 19 is 361. Because you know why? He is the one of the new heaven and a new earth. It is that Son of Man. And when a true man and a true woman comes together, we are coming into the knowledge of the Son of Man. I hope you enjoy that. And on that note, 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 equals 1. Thank you for listening.